What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. I am on my way over to help Dad load some cattle, and then I'm going to take those cattle into the sale barn. We've been busy on the farm since our last video. One of the things we did was we started planting oats. So plant 21 has started for us here in central Kansas. Now, we don't always plant oats. Normally the first crop of the year that we plant is corn, like most people. When you plant oats, typically March or even early February is when you do it. And so we're right on time. Everything's on schedule. We're not doing anything crazy. I know some people plant soybeans in March or even February, just kind of almost for experimentation. But we're not. This is normal what we're doing. If you're not familiar with planting oats, what we're going to do with these oats is we're going to chop them for feed. So it's actually a forage variety of oats that we'll chop here probably in June or maybe in May. Once they've grown up a little bit, we'll swath them and chop them for feed. So that helps us better utilize our ground and get something growing there here in the spring. And then we can double crop after oats, just like we do after winter wheat. So we're here at the feedlot that we're using temporarily, and Dad's got the semi backed up here. All right, we did some sorting, took a couple small ones off, and now we're gonna load. So I brought 10 to start out with, put in the front. Next I'm bringing 24 to put on the top. Now we got 25 for the bottom. And then finally 6 to go in the back. All right, we got them all loaded, and gonna head into Salina. Kendall's in there at the sale already. He took the first load in, and I think he bought another load to bring back home, some smaller cattle to bring back home. So we're selling bigs and buying smalls. All right, so that was quite the adventure. The last clip you saw, I was at the tire shop. I was driving down the interstate, 70 miles an hour, and there's boom! And one of my tires popped. And thankfully I was only 1 mile away from the tire shop. So they were able to fix me up, but it took about an hour and a half. Thankfully, I got the cattle in and got them unloaded about, I don't know, probably got here about 30 minutes in time. Thankfully, it was a long sale, so it didn't end up costing me anything but time sitting there waiting at the tire shop. But got the cattle unloaded, and then I've got a full load behind me, so I just loaded up a bunch of small ones, dropped off the big ones to sell. They'll be bought by like a feed yard to finish them, to fatten them, and then I've got little ones to take home that we're gonna put pounds on and bring them back here to sell again later. So a lot of times people ask us where we get our cattle from. Some we buy here at Farmers and Ranchers here in Salina. We'll buy some ourselves. Kendal bought these today. He was in at the auction. And then sometimes we have an order buyer buy them from other states, and then they're shipped to our farm in truckloads. And we usually buy about 4 or 500 pound calves. And then the ones I dropped off today were about 850 pounds probably. So that's typically what we do. All right, made it back to the farm. It might rain tonight. Gonna unload. Kendall's gonna help me unload these. When I left this morning, left my house, it was 36 degrees and I almost felt like I needed a coat. And when we loaded this, Dad and I, it was like in the 60s and I was sweating. I was hot. Now the sun's gone away. The wind's kind of picked up a little bit and I had to put my sweatshirt back on. Such is life in the early spring here in Kansas. All right, guys, you can come out. So Kendall asked me to go feed a bale for him in the bale feeder. He's gonna get started with his chores. And then Dad's working over there with the new cattle we just unloaded. All these cattle are waiting to be fed. It's not me, it'll be the next tractor. I know you're excited. All right, here's my bale. I'm not sure why it's sitting here, but this is where he said it would be, so. Gotta open this gate. Excuse me. And there's my bale feeder over there. All the hungry cattle, they're staring at me. What you want? Can you guys dance like our cows? Doesn't look like it. Oh! 7:25, he was starting to. All right, I got the bale dumped in the feeder here, net wrap taken off. If you have not seen our dancing cows video on our other YouTube channel, Peterson Farm, you should definitely check it out because it's gotten 2 million views on Facebook and around 100,000 on YouTube. You can find it at Peterson Farm Bros YouTube. We have 2 YouTube channels for those of you who don't know that. Anyway, what we do in the videos, we feed them a bale just like this and they just start dancing. It's the craziest thing. They don't do it. They haven't done it since. Just that one time. It's crazy. Quit playing with your food. You need to be a little more polite. Use some manners. I don't think anyone would like it if I put food all over my head before I ate. Okay, so to recap the video for you, we sold 2 loads this morning for a total of $129,380. That is the amount that got deposited into our farm account today. And then Kendall bought back 85 head for about $60,000. So then $60,000 went out of our account. And that is very typical of our operation. Our cash flow is always changing by large amounts of money with cattle because we're always buying small calves and selling large cattle. And so it can be a little overwhelming at times. Like when we got married And we kind of tried to explain to the wives, yeah, I mean, like $60,000, that's a typical day in the life on the farm. It can be a little overwhelming, the financial side of things, but at the same time, the margins on each one of those cattle is not very much. You don't make a ton of money a lot of times, even though you're dealing with huge amounts of money in and out of the bank. And so hopefully we'll get to go into a little bit more of the cash flow sides of things and how the finances work in our operation. But I thought I'd give you guys that just to give you an idea of what happened today as we bought and sold cattle. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please remember to leave us a comment if you have any questions. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we really appreciate you subscribing down below, clicking the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, you can't subscribe. You can just like our page. But encourage you guys to read the caption of this video. We have different ways to follow us, different opportunities to work with us and support us. So please check out the caption, and remember to click like on the video. It's real easy to do. You just click the thumbs up there. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.